Ready? All right, kick it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Lift off and the clock has started.
Oh, yeah. Let's go now. Hey now. Namaste, word 'em up, and happy Friday, Balance Fit family. Sad news, no new episode this week, but don't go anywhere. I have a little something from the archives for you from 6 years ago that still stands, maybe even more so today. The full crew will be back in the studio recording Sunday, and the new episode will be out Tuesday, in which we'll be discussing training prep and race day strategies for obstacle course racing. Spartan. Don't miss it. Be there for that one. And make sure you're spreading the gospel, as it were. Share the episodes, invite friends, subscribe, and follow on your podcast platform and my YouTube channel if you don't know that exists. Leave ratings and reviews and comments. All of that helps the show reach more people and doesn't cost you a thing. Until we meet again, have a joyful weekend full of activity and rest, friends, family, and quiet time, learning and vegging. Life is all about balance. You can't be switched on or switched off 24/7. Here you go.
Perhaps my advanced age is a factor. After all, I'm reminded of it each time I stand up, sit down, throw a ball, or try to make sense of marketing strategies. Nevertheless, something has changed my attitude regarding how I prefer to experience the adventure of eating out. A not-so-subtle shift has developed in my psyche, and I'd like to know if you feel it too. Come along and conduct a little sociological experiment with me today on... Here's a thing. Here's a thing. I dig that teaser, man. Parenthetically, sometimes I wish I had named the show I Tell You What. That was my dad's verbal trigger that meant, basically, stop dicking around and pull your head out of your ass before I straighten out this clown show. It's one of those little pieces of my father's spirit that has innately carried forward in me. Except, when it comes out involuntarily of my mouth, it's way less cool. I tell you what, that man could command a room. So we'll stick with, here's a thing. I see that I've drifted a bit, as per usual, so let's move with alacrity back to the issue at hand. All right, here's the question. Do you enjoy the experience of going out to eat? Because over the past 5 years or so, I have discovered that my answer is now no. As a preamble, however, I feel compelled to deliver the following bona fides. I spent a significant portion of my life working, nay, toiling in the food service industry. From my first real job at Hardee's at age 15 to nothing o'clock a.m. prep cook shifts to the birthday song at the Olive Garden. Incidentally, my first table at the OG was an 80th birthday party, upon which I dumped a steaming plate of pasta in the lap of the guest of honor while the other 9 family members each spilled their drinks all over one another. So there's that. From my first bartending gig, through being the greatest sandwich artist on the planet to a Chinese buffet, to dancing on stage at a piano bar. From the front of the house to the back of the house and the whole mess in between, I've done it and lived to tell about it. Hell's bells, people, I was Pot Shack 1 during mess and maintenance at Paris Island. If you're part of that club, give me a holler. I'm not even sure they do that anymore. And by the way, millennials, Pot Shack is not what it sounds like. Because of my experience and the values with which I was raised, I'm not cheap, I'm not stingy, I'm not lazy, and I'm not ambivalent. I value great service, attention to detail, and delicious food, and I reward such attributes accordingly. And though I may be getting perilously close to qualifying for one, I am not looking for a discount. Okay, can we be done with that? Thank you. I am, however, now constantly in search of value. Value. V-A-L-U-E, value. What is the cost benefit of this action? See, I am absolutely willing to spend money on lots of stuff, but I want a sound return on my investment. And the current restaurant paradigm is just okay. It's just okay. I'm not interested in just okay when it comes to return on investment of my resources. Think about the last meal you consumed in a traditional restaurant setting. How long did you wait to be seated? How long for the entire procedure to run its course? You know, greeting, drinks, specials, apps, entrees, desserts, check, payment, blah, blah, blah. Was the food that good? Was the service above competent? I reply no and no a lot lately. Frankly, I'd rather eat at Subway and be done with it. At least there I can select my ingredients and watch them make my food. Perhaps that's what it comes down to: control and self-determination. These two factors are the very soil from which humanity grows. Remove that soil or poison it, and we slowly wither and die. And so, it would seem that the food service industry has been trending towards situations that give more control and value to their clientele in the form of counter service eateries and food trucks. And this is where I've found my sweet spot: a reasonable amount of self-determination and cost benefit. It's 2020, and the paradigm has shifted regarding feeding ourselves outside the home. 20 or 30 years ago and back, eating out was a special event. Being seated and served and cleaned up after was something of an aristocratic experience. And a quite pleasurable one at that. Life is different now. And like everything else in the universe of free market commerce, you adapt to the people or you die in place. Unless you can purchase a few politicians for your lobby, but that's another issue altogether. These days, most people don't want to be told by some gatekeeper that they have to wait 90 minutes just to be seated under an air conditioning vent next to the bathroom. They don't want to be put in a foul mood because the server doesn't know the difference between club soda and tonic water. Oh, you want to talk about an unpleasant experience? Tonic and soda are like verse and verses. They may look similar, but they are not interchangeable. Imagine ordering iced tea and receiving a tall glass of gasoline. People don't want to pay $18.95 for an overcooked 6-pound plate full of marginally flavorful food that may or may not be what they ordered and may or may not have been dropped on the floor. I may be way out on a limb here, but I think people want a simple and streamlined dining experience over which they exercise a reasonable amount of control. Walk up to the counter, select your ingredients, direct the production, pay, eat undisturbed, deposit your trash, and leave when you want. Declutter our lives, business owners. Give us more control over the process. Ensure that your associates are friendly and well trained. Give us a consistent, quality product. Give us fair trade for the value of our resources. You do that, and you have clients for life. That's enough to ponder for now. This episode of the podcast is dedicated to Chicken Salad Chick, the Varsity in the ATL, and Verde in Charleston, South Carolina. Keep doing what you do. That was not a paid endorsement, by the way. Just a few of our favorite places keeping it real and giving the people what they want. I love eating out. I don't deny that, but I don't want 12 or 15 courses because the chef wants me to taste this or that. I just want to be able to decide. The words of Gordon Ramsay, ladies and gents.
All right. Thanks for spending time with us today on Balanced Fit Radio. If this conversation resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need it. Now, let me leave you with this thought. Remember who you are and be as you wish to seem. That is an epic Edith Biedenbaugh-Socrates mashup. Who is Edith Biedenbaugh? My wife's grandmother. Until we meet again, be capable and resolute and move through life with a sense of absolute purpose and train to be the right kind of dangerous. And remember, this is all about your life and your potential. Peace out, homies, and I'll see y'all next time.